acting as the deputy president for this country for 5 years, when we had a substantive deputy president in the office, was he fired? So there are situations you might want to say, if I touch this button,
and the
I'm going to stabilize this region to a level that I would rather.
And the Macaulay should know,
okay.
Macaulay should know,
yes,
this country has witnessed the impeachment of a deputy president.
That's true.
I want to draw your attention.
The country is moving on, and he was impeached as an individual, and any minister can also be removed out of office either via impeachment or firing by the president.
Right. I'd like to draw your attention to the cartoon on page 13 of the Daily Nation.
Of Nation.
Yes. The cartoon talks about, there's a caricature of a cabinet, a real wooden cabinet with the Muturi inside. But this cabinet is going down a hole under the name Wamunyoro, with the former deputy president on one side. This seems to suggest that what is happening here could have a lot to do with the former deputy president as well. You seem to suggest that, Bwana Makali Mulu, that there's a lot of politics and we could see something else happening. Bwana Sossion also said that Bwana Muturi is playing a political game and
yes,
planning for
it's a fact.
Do you agree that probably there's a link between the CS and the former deputy president, and that is what probably is playing out now?
You know, I cannot confirm, but indications suggest as such.
That's a suggestion on the cartoon, yes.
And we really don't need to bother what people do and how they relate, and this should not even bother the president. The president should just bother about running government. Those who don't want to be in government simply walk out. If you don't walk out, then remove them and replace them. That's simple, so that government can function. It is unfair to try and sabotage the government from within and to try and inhibit government from delivery of services, because the docket that Muturi holds, for example, is the Ministry of State and Public Service. It's a critical docket, and you cannot hold the country hostage, and you cannot undermine the government from within when it is expected to deliver services to the people. It has a duty to deliver services to the people.
And interesting that you're saying the president should be focusing on his projects. That is what he's doing. So
if Muturi is a great buddy of the man from Wamunyoro, it's called Wamunyoro village, isn't it? Maybe he's on a mission to go to Wamunyoro, no problem. Let him go to Wamunyoro and enjoy at Wamunyoro. But let the president continue doing his work as the president, and the other Kenyans, even if it means you want to pick a cabinet minister from Embu or Mount Kenya East, there are many who can be picked. Even if we don't pick Makali Muli, can still be picked.
All right.
And I don't think he will refuse.
But what we are,
Kenyans who can fit those offices.
But you know what I'm saying is, what this cartoon is telling us is sacking of Muturi is not going to be a walk in the park. Unlike other people who might be sacked and replaced, is a politically is a hot is a hot potato.
How? Hot to who?
And that's what we are saying.
Very hot to who?
You know as we move forward. And that's what we are saying.
No, tell me. Tell us.
This idea of Wamunyoro. You know, these two gentlemen, Muturi and the former DP, people who have a lot of history. You remember at one point they used to work very closely with the former president, Uhuru. So I'm sure they have their own history, other than even politics. So if you find them regrouping again, I don't think they'll be having a problem, because there are people who have walked the journey together for a long time.
Right.
And all said and done, you know, this ship called Kenya Kwanza, everybody has confirmed it's a sinking ship. So what is happening is, at what point do you jump out of before it
and I can see us starting another debate. Before we get to that, Bwana Sossion, I know you want to answer that. You talked about the president.
I've told you, you brought a very cheeky panelist today. Very cheeky.
You talked, Bwana Sossion, about